Hello everyone, welcome back to the Mind, Body, Soul Evolution. My name is Debbie and this is your Tarot and Oracle card reading for all signs for the week of February 23rd. So I'm a little late recording this. I'm recording this on the 23rd. But that's okay. I am in the blizzard district, shall we say. I'm in New Jersey, so we are snowed in. I have about, where I'm at, about 18 inches, or it comes above my knee anyway. So let's get into it. I will give a quick synopsis of the astrology. I will pull cards for every sign so you can see like what's happening or what you can expect for this week. And also keep in mind that today's the 23rd. On the 26th, Mercury goes retrograde all the way through March 20th. Yes, that might not be a bad thing. So let's get into it though. So today, the sun entered Pisces on February 18th. So we are officially in the sign of Pisces. So happy birthday to all my Pisces friends out there. So this heightens our emotions, our intuition, and it stirs your sense of imagination and romance. So those of you who are writers, it might be a good time to start writing those novels. Mercury goes retrograde, like I said, in Pisces on the February 26th and through March 20th. So as we know, in Mercury retrograde, we can always expect a breakdown in communication or just little squabbles back and forth, problems with our technology, travel delays. So this is time, retrograde, RE moments, like reassess your current situation and see where you can redesign your life. So it's a good time to avoid signing any contracts or making any major decisions with a few caveats. If you have already been in the process and you're just finishing it up, then it's probably okay. Make sure you just double check everything. And if you were born during a Mercury retrograde, like my youngest one was born on a new moon in a Mercury retrograde. So generally tends to be a luckier or better or more prosperous time for you. So, and we have just a lovely, right, Jupiter-Venus alignment from February 25th to the 28th. So this is a very positive, supportive alignment between these two that brings momentum in your careers and improvement in your finances. And a lot of signs are seeing an improvement in their finances. Personally, I had a discussion with someone at the gym on Sunday, which had been yesterday. Hello. And so I am, even during a Mercury retrograde, I am redesigning my my investments. I am reassigning some of my investments. So, but that's something I've been wanting to do for a long time. And then I was talking to someone at the gym yesterday, and they were telling me what they're doing, and I said, "Oh, that sounds like it's aligned with what I want to do." So there we go. So we will start off with Pisces, and we'll start off with Pisces. Why not? Happy birthday, Pisces. How are you? We'll start at the end, which is Pisces, and then go right into Aries. So Pisces, don't be surprised if I accidentally read you twice. How is Pisces? Happy birthday, happy week of the 23rd, and happy Mercury retrograde. Pisces might like the retrograde phases because it is a time to kind of hunker down and pull back a little bit. And we know our Pisces friends love to pull back. We have the Moonology deck, the Light Seers Tarot, and the Gods, Goddesses, and Guardians deck. So we'll see. We won't get too deeply involved. And I am going to be doing a reading for all signs for the Mercury retrograde. And I haven't decided how I'm going to do that. I might go live on Facebook today and then just record that and then post that to YouTube. But I don't know. We'll find out. Pisces. We're starting off with Pisces, and it says new moon in Pisces, attune to the divine. And just look at that dreamy card. So this is, going inward. And I talk about this all the time, that people think that energy, God, source, divine, universal, creator, whatever it is, that is exterior, that it's on the outside of us, that we have to go seek out there, but it's actually in here. So Pisces, tune in to yourself. Your inner wisdom is what they're telling me. And in that you'll find your intuition and your guidance. So what does the Tarot hold for our Pisces friends for this week of February 23rd? We'll just pull 3 cards. I'm not going to make this reading too terribly long. Pisces, you have 8 of Swords and Queen of Wands and 4 of Wands. So I love this. So 8 of Swords, you have a card, tuned in to the divine, which is the new moon in Pisces. So the new moons are all about planting seeds and starting new projects at the very infant stages of things. And the new moon, the sky is dark, right? There's not a whole lot of illumination. There's a very small sliver of the moon available. And your first card is the 8 of Swords. So again, being in the dark, right? Not being able quite to see things clearly. Not having a clear vision of things. So, but you see, this is how she sees herself in the reflection, but this reflection is not necessarily accurate of who she actually is. Very interesting, and I love the way that the creator of this deck does things, because there's a lot of reflective things, like how you see yourself as having no strength and power, kind of feeling a little helpless, is not the reality of who you are. And the reality of who you are is to tune into your inner self, your inner divinity. And when you do, you'll find the Queen of Wands, high energy, excitement, fun, loving, love to have a good time. 4 of Wands, right? Celebrating life at its best. Taking everything that life holds for you, and this is fire energy, but of course it is, right? We're the year of the fire horse. We have 2 major planets that have shifted into Aries, and June, Jupiter goes from Cancer to Leo. It is a hot, fiery year. So when you tune into your inner self, and you realize that what you've been looking at is not exactly who you are. If you are someone who has her eyes open, she's looking up. I don't know what she's doing with her arms, if they're crossed or whatever, but she's looking up like, okay, how do I get out of this? By tuning into this. And then you find, wait a minute, this is me. Like, I'm a little, like a hottie here. I'm just here to have a good time. Why am I not doing that? And then you go, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, life is waiting for me to celebrate. Life is waiting for you, Pisces, to celebrate, to have a good time. This is your birthday month, Pisces. Go out. Get wild, not reckless, right? Always care and caution, but get wild, Pisces. Have a good time. Embrace life for all that life holds for you. And we'll pull your God, Goddess, or Guardian card. Pisces, we'll see what this holds for you. Patience. Oh, Baba Yaga. Patience. And of course, we have the wisdom of the wolf back here as well. So let's not get lost in the fact that, this is Baba Yaga and it says patience. So let me see if I can go deeper into this card for you. And Pisces, it says, let things develop gradually. Take your time. Attune to your inner self again. Like I said, new moon in Pisces, new moons, the sky is dark. You're just planting the seeds. Your spirit medicine from the ancient woman of the forest, Baba Yaga, is a good old dose of patience. And might not be what you want to hear, but there's simply no rushing the process. Everything in nature has a season, but in our modern world, we seem to have forgotten that all good things take time to unfold. So persevere with your journey without grasping for immediate gratification. Instant results are not the way. Baba Yoga is inviting you to build something of quality, of real substance, something that endures. Keep going even when it seems as if nothing is happening. But Pisces, you are pretty much the sign of patience. You're the last sign of the zodiac. Probably one of the most wisest because you've taken on the wisdom of the 11 signs that came before you. Pisces, that is your reading for this week. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments. And we will go on to, okay, Aries. Now it is your turn. The first sign of the zodiac. How is Aries? And how are you doing with all these planets, like just buzzing about you, right? Yeah, so let's see what the Moonology holds for our Aries friends. Okay, first quarter moon in Cancer. Push through any insecurity. So first quarter moon. Push through any insecurity. So Cancer energy. So let's pull out your tarot and see what that says. So this could be also Aries, you know, I say this all the time, you're the first sign. Like, you don't have a roadmap. The second phase of signs that comes after you, like, they have a roadmap because you forged the way. You don't have a map. Like, you've just been kind of dropped into the situation. And it can feel a little daunting, right? It can feel a little insecure, like, what do I do? How do I go? But it's fine. Let's see what the tarot holds for our Aries friends this week. So push through insecurities. But I have no doubt, Aries, you're a fire sign. You've got this. Okay, 9 of Swords. Well, there you go. And the Star. And the Tower. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the Star and the Tower. Normally in the major arcana, if I can get my talking gears in, the Tower comes first and then the Star. But let's see. So push through any insecurity, and then you have the 9 of Swords, right? Well, and look how these colors just complement one another. So what's been feeling overwhelming for you? What's been feeling overwhelming for you, Aries? And I'm going to say, okay, so I'm just going to go here because this is what they're telling me. For some, and this is a general reading, right? Some of you may have been hoping for something that hasn't happened. And you're wondering why. So the reason could be, and again, all these cards kind of coordinate in color. Maybe you're getting in your own way, Aries. Maybe you're getting in your own way. So I'm going to pull a couple more cards. And here's the thing. We can block blessings. There we go. By rejecting the path to get us to our desires. Let's see if anything else wants to come up. We'll just take this card. I have a feeling you've been blocking yourself. And then you have the Emperor. You have 3, out of 4 cards, you have 3 major arcanas. I mean, really. The Emperor. Push through any insecurities. Are you, by chance, afraid of how much strength and wisdom that you have? And are you afraid to put that forward into the world? Have you been overthinking your place or what you should be doing? instead of leaning into the guidance that's being given to you? Have you taken that guidance and said, no? Come back in, Aries. Come back in. Let's pour your goddess, whatever it is, deck. So, Aries, I think you're afraid that you're a leader, right? You're the first sign of the zodiac. So just by that alone, you are the leader. And that can come with a lot of responsibility. And that responsibility can kind of play with our mind. But yet we want to continue that lineage. And then when opportunities present themselves, we kind of back off a little bit. Kali Ma, spiritual transformation. Wow. Just look at her. She is determined. She's got a bowl of fire. She's got a sickle or a scythe. She's got 4 arms. She's got a necklace of skulls. Okay, let's just give a little read on here. So again, Aries, this is for you. Again, push through your insecurities because and it could be, you're going through this uprising of a spiritual transformation. You are, again, a natural leader. Again, you are the first sign of the zodiac. A cycle of intense rebirth. This is your awakening. When everything turns upside down, the Tower, 9 of Swords, the rug is swept out from under you, and the shock of the unexpected reverberates through your entire being. Yeah, you're like, oh my gosh. And it's likely that Kali Ma is at work. Nothing feels certain right now, and you may feel vulnerable, raw, and confronted with your deepest fears. Insecurity. These are not easy feelings to manage, and you might want to run away from this surge of emotion or exert hard control over the rapidly shifting circumstances in your life. Again, Tower is very quick energy. We are also, remember, in eclipse season. We're in the middle of the eclipse portal. We just had the solar eclipse. Now we'll have the lunar eclipse on March 3rd. Eclipses eclipse things in and out of our lives. They reset ourselves, especially if we have been resisting our path. Trust the divine plan as you're entering a phase of phenomenal transformation, Aries. Kali leads you to an empty, stripped back space, bringing you face to face with your naked truth. You may see who you really are. Kali will stretch you beyond your perceived limits, haul you outside your comfort zone, and shake you awake with sacred revelations. Okay, the Tower is shaky, 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 right? You may be facing a cycle of intense life shifts, but remember, you'll never be given anything you can't handle. Stare fearlessly into the void. The time has come to be nothing less than your spectacular self. Out of chaos comes divine order. My spirit soars with truth. Wow, Aries. Wow. Aries, I'm excited for you. Let us know how this week goes for you. And this might go a little longer, right? Because we're in eclipse season. So let's move on to, hello Taurus. How are our Taurian friends? What do the cards hold for our Tauruses for this week? It's going to be a very impactful week. We have Mother Nature here on the East Coast, and she's just having a little temper tantrum, and she's like, she put all of us on a timeout for a couple of days. We are all locked in on a major timeout. So let's see though, what do the energies hold for Taurus? And you pulled your own new moon card. Pisces pulled their own new moon card, and you pulled your new moon in Taurus. Know your worth. And I should have said this in Pisces, but when you pull your own cards, that's really a sign that you are strong in yourself, or you're gaining strength in yourself. So, know your worth, Taurus. Right, and again, you're the first earth sign. Ace of Swords, that popped out face up. Very interesting. That's the first card to come out today, face up. Four of Swords. Too many cards. And it's still snowing. It is 1:27 in the afternoon here. And it is still snowing. Okay, know your... and here we go. Know your worth, Taurus. First quarter, new moon rather, in Taurus. It's sticking. Know your worth. And you have Ace of Swords, Four of Swords, Six of Wands. I love when the spirals show up. It's constant movement. It's constant learning. It's constantly realizing new things about yourself and the world around you. And as you start to come into your awareness and knowing your worth and knowing the value that you bring to your community, to the people around you, to the world at large, you know, take a break. You can go slow with this. I know Pisces had the card of patience, but go slow. Like, and enjoy this time. Enjoy this time. You are up for Six of Wands, like a lot of recognition. You're being spotlighted right now, or coming in soon anyway, Taurus. The spotlight is on you because maybe you've been overlooked for some things in the past. Or maybe you're just starting to put your work out there and people are starting to acknowledge you. Look at the spotlights, the laurel wreath, the flames, the wands, and just be ready to receive all of that. Like, just like her, like, put your arms up and say, like, yes, like, I'm ready. I'm ready to know my worth. I meditated. I've taken my time with this new awareness that's been coming into me. Interesting. Lovely, Taurus. Very lovely. And let's see what this deck holds for you. There's a card in the deck that does not belong in this deck. I wonder how that got there. Very interesting. Okay, there's a couple cards here. We'll take the top card. Rhiannon, inner strength. And she's with a horse. And this is the year of the fire horse. Inner strength. Know your worth. Acknowledgement, recognition, victory. Let's see what this says. Don't give up now, Taurus. You can do this. Beautiful Rhiannon rides in on a white horse, bathing you in her moonlit glow. And although this is a crescent moon, right? The new moon, just look at the glow around it. She sees that you need a reminder of your inner strength and know your worth. Jumping down from her saddle, she confidently takes your arm in hers as you walk together through a magical forest. It may feel as if life is stacked against you or that your challenges are just too much to bear. I see the weight on your back and the uphill climb, the obstacles in your path. Let's set your burdens down for a moment and gaze into my eyes. I invoke your great spiritual powers of endurance. You are made for this life of determined empowerment, and you will reach your destination. You have what it takes to go the distance. Stay devoted to your path. That's calling now. You're stronger than you know. Challenges and adversity bring forth my majestic strength. Wow. A lot of spiritual healing in this phase, in this year of the fire horse. A lot of awarenesses and a lot of acknowledging who we are. Taurus, that is your reading, and we will move on to hello Gemini. How is Gemini today? Happy February. Happy, if you are in the snow belt, I would say. Hopefully you are enjoying yourself and not overthinking situations, right? Our earth signs, or our air signs rather, tend to get very chattery in the mind, especially when they are, you know, enclosed in and can't go anywhere. So Gemini, what do the cards hold for you today? What does the numerology hold? Last quarter moon in Scorpio, reveal what needs to be seen. So for me, that sounds like shadow work. Reveal what needs to be seen. We'll see if the moon card comes out. To me, this sounds, though, like shadow work. And you can take that, Gemini, however it is you need to take it. If it's not resonating, if it's something you're turning away from. Remember, we are in eclipse season. Eclipses will make sure things get seen. So maybe you choose to control the narrative here. But let's see. Reveal what needs to be seen. Okay, I got 3 cards right there. Temperance, Ace of Pentacles, and the Fool. 2 major arcanas. Sagittarius energy here for Temperance. And Sagittarius is your balancing energy. So Temperance, right? It's about balance, but it's also about taking your time. You're probably, when you're embarking, because you have the Fool, so you are embarking on something new. And it could be a new healing or a new way of healing, whatever the inner thing is or the emotional space is. Maybe a new way of realizing that you can't heal something unless if you decide to see it. You're on a new path. This is a really good path though, Gemini. You have the Ace of Pentacles. You're at the very beginning. And there's opportunities or helpful people coming your way. I actually like this reading. Take your time. Remember, there's a guardian angel right behind him. So you are being spiritually guided and even divinely guided through this revelation, whatever it is that you need to take a look at, or what secrets you've been holding that need to come out. And they could be small secrets. They don't need to be anything big. But this is new territory, right? This is a new foundation for you. I don't know. There's noise going on upstairs. I apologize. This is brand new, but you're not going through it alone, right? You have divine guidance from the other side. And as you're embarking on a really brand new journey, and this is probably more of a spiritual journey of understanding the laws of the world in a different way. Interesting. I'll leave it there, Gemini. We'll see what the reading in the Mercury Retrograde holds. And just to show, she's on the edge of the cliff, but she has her amethyst. Amethyst is associated with the crown chakra, your intuition. So leaning into that. Again, I said you are being divinely guided through this. So it's not like you're doing it alone. You may be, as in the human side, doing it alone, but your spiritual team is there to guide you. So let's see what the goddesses, gods, and guardians deck holds for our Gemini friends as they go through this. Aphrodite, eternal love. So let me read this. This is not necessarily like a love relationship like with a partner, but it could be. Let's see what this says. But this is about, I think this is more loving yourself. And knowing that, like, we are never alone. Look, I go through my own stuff too. I just had a very harsh discussion with Spirit on Saturday. I was very upset with Spirit. So, you know, I just kind of had to get some stuff out there and vent. And it's fine. But we're still, okay, yeah, they're laughing. But we're never alone. It's just, the thing is, to know that, you have to tune in. You have to quiet down the noise. Aphrodite rises from the sea to bring pure feminine blessings and lessons. Her radiance showering upon you like a rose crystal waterfall. And just look, this is so beautiful. She takes you into her temple, attuning your energy to her rose quartz crystal. So if you have rose quartz, my three main crystals I use are rose quartz, amethyst, clear quartz. I do have a smoky quartz out, and I do have a fire quartz, but they're the three main ones that I use. So maybe go get a rose quartz. Laying pink roses at your feet, her priestesses anoint your body with rose oil. Beloved, I see yourself as I see you, as an everlasting impression of the divine. Heal those old wounds of not beautiful or not lovable. Look into my mirror and see your true essence. And this says, reveal what needs to be seen. I mean, really, this is why I do what I do. There's no way I could have even planned for these cards to come out. Reveal what needs to be seen. And then you get the card of Aphrodite, and it says, and see your true essence. That's what needs to be revealed. Your relationships echo your relationship with yourself. As you practice loving yourself, you'll see this rebirth of self-love reflected back to you by your partner, friends, family, and the world. Create a fresh template of love with a vibration that honors you. My spirit is breathing excitement and passion into your heart. A new cycle of love awaits. And again, this is about self-love. I cherish myself and create beautiful relationships. Self-love. There you go, Gemini. That is your reading. Personally, I love it. Let me know how that resonates, and we will go on to hello, Cancer. How is Cancer today? Happy season of Pisces, right? Your fellow water sign. And we'll see what the Moonology deck holds for our Cancerian friends. Last quarter moon in Pisces and Gemini. Last quarter moon in Gemini. Clear your mind, Cancer. Clear your mind. I love the illustrations on these cards. So let's see what the Tarot holds for our Cancer friends this week of February 23rd. As universe is doing a cleansing and a purge, for sure. Mother Nature is purging all those emotions, all that pent-up frustration, and dumping it out, clearing her mind. So, Cancer, what are you clearing your mind of? Your first card, Ten of Pentacles. I mean, really. Ten of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. Let's see what your last card or your next card is. The Star. think I might have to pull a couple more cards. Clear your mind, right? Clear your mind. Close your eyes. Take a yoga class. Do some meditation. 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles is usually about financial stability. Wealth, financial stability, security. What I'm picking up, though, for our Cancerian friends is that maybe there's a lot of decisions, 7 of Cups, maybe there's a lot of decisions around, or a lot of emotion tied to your finances. 7 of Cups depicts dreams, dreams versus nightmares. Is there something about money that's worrying you? Or do you have a lot of financial decisions to make? Or are you coming in to or suddenly coming in to money and you're not quite sure what to do with it? So clearing your mind, getting really grounded. You have a star, right? The star is the North Star, the compass point. That's a direct sight line to your soul, to talk to you, to guide you to where you need to be. To be able to see the star, you have to get quiet. Clear your mind. And what clear your mind is we never stop our mind because it's meant to chatter. It's meant to have all these thoughts. When you bring your mind into alignment, into the moment, that with what you now, of what you're doing, if you're eating lunch, if you're having a conversation with a friend, if you are brushing your teeth, if you're driving, instead of your mind going off to something that, replaying something that happened, or planning for a future event, or just some dream that you have in your mind, right? Dreams can be good, and they can also be distractions. So what is distracting you, Cancer? What is distracting you from the things that matter to you? What is pulling you away? To get clear, you have to bring yourself in, you have to lean into your inner guidance. To lean into that, you have to bring your mind into the present moment. And when you notice it's going off, you have to reel it back in. Even if you do something really simple like, I'm sitting in my chair, I'm breathing, I'm touching my hands together. It's that, can get that granular until you get used to the practice of that. So, what is clouding you or keeping you from the things that matter to you? And some of you could be coming into unexpected money that now you know is coming. But what is really kind of keeping you distracted? Let's go to your gods, goddesses, and guardians deck, Cancer. And only you know that, right? And you might think, no, I'm not distracted, not at all. And then you go, oh, wait a minute, I forgot to do something. I'm going to just pull out the book real quick. We'll give you the card. And you have, okay, clear your mind. 10 of Pentacles, right? 7 of Cups. What is keeping you distracted from the things that matter to you, from your foundational things, right? Money. It's a big foundation, right? We need money to survive in this world, to pay our bills, and to have comfort and fun. Family, right? Our community. Stability, right? And if you see, in the circle is the tree of life, the Kabbalah tree of life there. All these little dots together, that's the Kabbalah tree of life. For some of you, you may want to dive into that. Oh, you have the card of the star, and then you have Merlin, cosmic knowledge, and you have the star, which these cards look very similar. And the star is connected to the universal knowledge. Really, how does this happen? I don't know. Okay, Cancer. Merlin, drop everything you're wrestling with. Leave the mind struggles. You have clear your mind, right? if I can point this out. Leave the mind struggles. You see that? Stop trying to figure it all out. Don't rely solely on 3D logic. 3D logic meaning this what we consider the physical human plane. You need to look beyond the physical and open your energy to the mystical forces. You're now harnessing ancient wisdom from the Avalon mystery schools of Merlin. He taught metaphysical subjects such as alchemy, sacred geometry, which is Archangel Metatron, astrology, divining, and energy healing. There is a vast cosmic library containing esoteric texts by divine scholars. Let Merlin help you remember your magical powers. Whatever you're seeking right now, your inner magician knows how to find it. You are a wise soul with knowledge from other worlds. We don't mean other countries in the physical plane. We mean other universal worlds. Trust the powers conferred by your purple cloak and crystal wand, given to you many moons ago by the supreme sorcerer Merlin. I call upon my magical powers. The universe is working with me in mysterious, miraculous ways. Cancer. I'm so excited for you. Let us know, Cancer. I need to know. Cancer, that is your reading for the week. Again, these readings, they don't stay in the confines of the week, right? So it could be a little while before these start to come into fruition. But Cancer, that is your reading. We will move on to hello, Leo. How are my Leo friends? Leo, you're going to be taking on Jupiter in June. Personally, I'm excited about that. And Jupiter is in Cancer, and Jupiter loves being in Cancer. But now it's going to be expanding like passion, heat, energy, where it's expanding now the home front right now. So what do the cards hold for our beautiful Leo friends, our heart-centered friends? Full moon in Aquarius. Be real. Okay. Full moon in Aquarius. Be real. And there is a person there. It looks like they're gathering a pitcher of water. So be real. So let's see. But Leos are always real. So let's see what the tarot holds for our Leo friends for this week. Tarot, what do you hold for our Leo friends for the week of February 23rd? Okay, Leo, be real. Don't be anything but. But Leos are always real anyway. Okay, Ace of Cups, Six of Cups. Ten of Pentacles again. Another card. You have the Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Six of Cups. I want to just pull a couple more cards. Because Two of Pentacles. Some of you have choices to make around family and home. And you have the Star again. Faith that you'll make the right decision. Okay, so let's go into this, Leo. Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Six of Cups, Two of Pentacles. And generally, all these cards look really, really good. But you're being asked to be real. So for some of our Leo friends, again, this is a general reading, right? It's not going to apply to everybody. But Leo, like, again, there is the Tree of Life in here. Are some of our Leo friends, is their attention being pulled away from what they know? So okay, there we go. Leo, some of you may have someone from your past coming to call. There may be somebody from your past. It could be a romantic person. It could be a friend that you had a falling out with. Because you're holding your heart in your hand and trying to heal this. And trying to kind of like get a hold on your emotions. And that's not what the Ace of Cups means, but this is what's coming through. You're trying to get a handle on your emotions. And it feels like you're being pulled away or distracted from the thing that is already there. And you're being pulled back from somebody or something from your past. Now, it could be a job opportunity. It could very well be because it's, distracting you from the security you have now. Two of Pentacles, that you're really trying to weigh out your options because you know both of them. But there's a reason something is in the past. Is it because there was no communication? Or is it just an unfinished story that needs to be finished? You'll make the right decision, but it's going to take a little time. It's going to take a little... It's going to take some internal reflection. And the thing is, because it says be real. So whatever this is from the past, and here's the thing about the past, the past is always good. But when you were in that moment in the past, was it good in that moment? Or is it good now because there's been space and time between that? Your past is coming back, Leo, for a lot of our Leos. And it's going to have you question some things. I feel like this is an emotional connection, but everything is emotional anyway, right? Even our jobs are emotional to us because we dedicate ourselves to our jobs. Our friends are emotional to us, right? Because we share so much of our life with them. Our lovers from the past, of course, because we shared love with them. You will make the right decision. Now, this takes some internal reflection, Leo. Let's take some internal reflection. So only you know how to put these cards together. Leo, if you would like to reach out and get a reading for yourself, let me know, because this is a bit of a deep one. But let's see what the gods, goddesses, and guardians hold for our Leos, like as they get real and try to maneuver through this situation. And Leo, you're the only card so far I've had to pull extra tarot cards on. So that kind of tells me it's kind of a big deal. Pele. Light your fire, baby. Okay, I'm telling you, these cards, they just have sometimes they have more of a sense of humor than I realized. Pele, light your fire. Channel your creative and emotional passion. Get energized. Pele explodes into your world today with volcanic force and searing heat. So be prepared to be shaken and stirred. Holy shit. Did you see that? Holy cow. What the? Well, no wonder. No wonder you don't know what to do, Leo. Like, no wonder. Like, it's like a blast from the past. She's just coming in like a volcano. You may have been doing a good job at keeping a lid on your emotions and passions, but something might be about to erupt. Be real here. A blast from the past is coming in. As long as you channel them positively, you can boldly let your fiery feelings and creative juices flow. What did you do in the past, Leo, that you haven't told anybody about? Inquiring minds here. Pele invites you to turn up the heat in your life. Be an ardent lover, an enthusiastic contributor, a fervent force of dynamic creativity. Don't withhold your passion. Live with your soul on fire. And it's funny because in my yoga classes, I play a song called Soul on Fire. Let me see. I express the intense energy in positive ways. I embrace the fire within. So maybe life has gotten mundane for our Leo friends. Leo, you're a fire sign, right? We know, like, we can't be bridled down. Maybe you feel like your passions have been kind of tampered a little bit or damped down, and maybe it's a new passion coming in, whatever that passion is, but it's surely going to cause you pause to weigh out your options. You'll make the right choice, but it is around security. Leo. I want to be there when no Pele comes flying through the door. Okay, Leo, that is your reading. And hello, Virgo. Hello, Virgo. How are you? I'm having such a good time with these readings today. But then, like, why wouldn't I? Right? Who wouldn't have a good time doing this? This is like why I do this. This is why I teach yoga. I have such a good time doing it. And here's the thing. If you're doing something and it causes you stress, tension, frustration, if you have to drive somewhere to a job and like the whole time you're filled with anxiety, then that's a key. No, do something different or look for something different. Keep that going right until you're until you have your foundation for the new thing. But okay, Virgo. Enough of that. How is Virgo? How are my Virgo friends? I have a Virgo friend of mine. She's in sunny Florida. I have a lot of friends in Florida right now. And, yeah. She's, you know, having Mai Tais on the beach. And we are shoveling snow. So, Virgo, what do the cards hold for you during this week? This is so much fun. I just got to say. Last quarter moon in Scorpio, leave the past behind. You have two cards, so I'll take them. Because they both came out. First quarter moon in Capricorn, unleash your kindest self. Leave the past behind and unleash your kindest self. Interesting, Virgo. Interesting. Let's see what the tarot holds for our Virgo friends for this week. Unleash your kindest self. First quarter moon in Capricorn. Last quarter moon in Capricorn. Oh my goodness. The first and the last quarter moon in Capricorn. Earth energy, right? And that is the next earth sign. You are an earth sign, and Capricorn is the last of the earth signs. So leaning into Capricorn energy, which is also Saturn, and Saturn is in Aries. So that structure and that straightforwardness. Interesting. If you had the King of Cups. Okay. King of Cups, Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. This is very interesting. Unleash your kindest self. Leave the past behind. Two aces, right? Aces are always about new beginnings, new inspiration. Pentacles, new foundations in life, or how you feel about the foundation you have. And foundation is your home, your clothing, your money, right? All the things that help us to physically be alive. Ace of Wands. And again, that is right at her third eye. For some, Wands is heat, fire, passion, excitement, creativity. So what creative spark now is coming to the surface for you, Virgo? You have the King of Cups here. This could be a love relationship, but this could be that you're really honing in on your emotions and your intuition. And you're getting very clear on where it is you want to go and what brings you joy and excitement and what feels good and stable. Because again, you're an earth sign, right? You want stability. You just thrive on stability, structure, order, plans, right? But you're leaning into your intuition and allowing that to guide you forward into these new ideas. And fire, Fire and earth are not necessarily paired elements. However, when earth builds the structure, it gives fire a direction to go to create something really beautiful. So what are you burning off, Virgo? What are you burning off and leaving behind? And what are you allowing yourself to unleash? What are you allowing yourself to be? What part of you are you setting free to come out into the world? Yeah. Interesting. What new passion project is coming your way? And this passion project may very well be the foundation or the start of a new career. I mean, it could be a side hustle, but I think it's going to be a little more than just that. I think there's a change of life coming for our Virgo friends. But let's see what the gods, goddesses, and guardians deck holds for our Virgo friends. Agma, OGMA, watch your words, right? Because words have power. And I will pull him out. Agma, OGMA, I think that's what it is. Watch your words. Infuse your language with light. Your words matter. And you have the Ace of Wands. Although you don't have any air elements here, it could be very well about thinking about the way you're presenting yourself. But let's see what Agma says. Agma leads you to his standing stone etched in Agfam script. He places your hand upon the rough surface and speaks to you in a light-filled voice. Notice the words you use about yourself, others, and the world. Spoken and written language carry energy that can shape your reality for better or worse. Okay, you have the card. Your first card is Unleash Your Kindest Self. This could very well be the words that you say to yourself. The feelings you have about things. Look, there's a lot happening globally and in our personal lives and just all around. And it can get chaotic. And we could get to the point where it's like everything's just like crazy and chaotic. But watch your words, because they have power. Right? If somebody says something negative to you, right, you feel bad. So watch, and even the words you say to yourself should be loving. Again, notice the words you use about yourself, others, and the world. Spoken and written language carry energy that can shape your reality for better or for worse. Your mind and spirit respond to the way which you describe yourself. If you say, for example, I'm useless, I can't do this, I'll never be any good, your cells and vibrational intellectual intelligence believe those words. They go on to create experiences that reflect them. So your energy starts to get heavy. You start to feel feelings of anxiety. You start to feel heavier feelings, which is described as depression. Although I think society throws that around a lot. I think the reason some people feel anxious and depressed is because society tells them they're anxious and depressed, and not because they truly are. But because we believe what we hear. If something is said often enough, we take that on. If you say, however, I'm good enough, I'm doing my best, I can succeed, then your energy will shift to this truth. And again, I'm doing that book, E Squared by Pam Grout. I should bring it with me in here when next time I'm reading. Because this is all about tapping into the universal energies and stating what you want and then letting it go and trusting. But if you state like, one of the experiments was when you go out, you want to see a certain color. The book says, I'm going to see green cars today. Now, most cars they're black, white, gray, blue, whatever. There's some oranges, some yellows. I wanted to see a yellow car. And I said, no, I'm I went to see yellow cars. And I had a specific yellow in mind. So like later that day, like I saw school buses. I just missed it because like you're going to see them. But then the next day I'm at Lowe's and there's a little yellow Fiat and I took a picture of it. It's exactly what I had in my mind. And then for a whole week, I saw all these yellow cars. So it's like your mind looks for proof of what you tell it you want. So if you tell it that you're not good enough, then it's going to give you ways to fail. If you tell it, I can handle this, this is my path, this is what I want, it will then show you ways to success. Your brain chemistry is influenced by what you say. Your mind is always seeking to show you evidence of what you speak about. Oh my God, that's what I just said. Holy cow. Like I could have written this book, right? Notice how you communicate with other people. Do your words lift them up? Before you speak or write, ask yourself if you'd like to receive these words yourself. You have the power to shift the world with language, so use it carefully. My words make a positive difference. I speak from my soul. Very interesting, Virgo, but for all of us, if we're not speaking from our soul, which is uplifting and encouraging and loving. And you can still put somebody in their place in a loving way by setting a boundary, right? You can just say I'm not available to accept, this from you, or I'm not available, to help you with this, or whatever it is. But you can't. But if you call somebody names and say like they're jerks or they're ugly or they're a pain in the ass, or then not only do you disturb them, you disturb yourself because you carry that vibration of what you've said. So again, unleash your kindest self, Virgo. It's amazing how these cards are coming together. But I should never be amazed, right? Because I know. Virgo, that is your reading. And let's go on to Libra. Hello, Libra. How are you? Let's see what the cards hold for our Libra friends. It has been very enlightening here today. Very much so. A lot of energy shifts, a lot of awarenesses, a lot of like just being in the moment of what you're saying and what you're doing and what you're thinking and who you are. Libra. Last quarter moon in Aquarius. Reflect on your priorities. Reflect on your priorities. So let's see what the tarot holds for our Libra friends. Reflect on your priorities. What are your priorities now? And are you distracted, right? And we all get distracted. I'm semi-retired and I still get distracted. I got distracted yesterday and I did not get to this. So there we go. But however, Libra, reflect on your priorities. What does the tarot hold for our Libra friends this week? As there is a lot happening. Libra, reflect on your priorities. And you have Temperance, Sagittarius, Five of Swords, and the Tower. I'm going to pull a couple more for you, because there seems to be a mental conflict as to what is truly a priority and what is not. Where you're putting your focus as to what is pulling your focus away from the things you want to put your focus to. Does that make sense? Let's pull a couple more cards. We had to do this for Leo. So Temperance, that's Sagittarius energy. So that's also about divine guidance. There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcanas out of 6. So again, we have Temperance. Reflect on your priorities. Again, divine guidance, right? Balancing things out. And he's got like 2 different balls. Like, how am I? Take your time. If there is some type of a mental conflict, and again, you're an air sign. So you could just have a lot of thoughts spinning at one time. Too many thoughts can cause, it could be just, this tower could be just the thoughts in your mind causing disruption. And you may have a lot of, he's got, he's balancing two spheres here, two balls. You could have like a lot of things happening, and maybe you've overcommitted yourself. You may have a lot of things pulling your attention away. But here's the thing. You're ready to realize what your priorities are, right? The Chariot, like you're ready, and some of it is leaving some things that have been taking priority that are not your priority, you need to leave behind. And lean into the things and prioritize the things that make you feel good, that light you up. You have the Lovers. Making these choices around, and this could be a love relationship, but I don't think so. This is Gemini energy. And you have Gemini and Sagittarius, which are on the opposite ends of the zodiacal wheel, which are counterbalancing energies. Making choices that are more aligned, that make you feel good, that make you feel like you are ready to move forward and to leave something behind. I think you have a lot going on, Libra. It feels like you have a lot of obligations, maybe self-imposed, and maybe there's obligations put upon you. So let's see what the gods, goddesses, and guardians deck holds for our Libra friends. Because you got a lot going on, but you can handle it. And again, slow down. Just let yourself be guided. You're very intuitive. Although you're an air sign, you still have a lot of intuition in you. Ra, R-A, Ra. Share your gift. Very interesting. Let me open the book first, and then I will show you the card. Share your gift. Okay, so this is the perfect time is now. Say yes and show up. The perfect time is now to forge ahead and leave behind anything that you prioritize that you don't need to prioritize. To make decisions that are aligned with your passion, right? That feel like they are absolutely coming from internal guidance. That make you feel light and airy. Ra, share your gift. And it says, the perfect time is now. Say yes and show up. And I'm going to read this little description about Ra. I did not do that for the other cards, but I think this is important. Ra, or Re, was the god of heaven, the sun and the origin of life in Egyptian mythology. Described as creator of everything. And Christians, don't come at me. I'm just reading the book. He was so powerful and popular, and his worship so enduring that some scholars say the Egyptian religion had only one god, Ra. The Egyptians built solar temples in his honor, and throughout the dynastic periods, he took many other blended forms, such as Ra, Harakthi, and Amun-Ra. Ra was a high priest in Atlantis and watches over those who are now rediscovering their ancient Atlantean gifts. So some of you may have been on the Isle of Atlantis. I was one. So you're probably a Palladian as well, but that's something you can research for yourself. It says, Ra says, what are you waiting for, Libra? Libra, what are you waiting for? What do you keep putting off until tomorrow? You're locked in a frustrating cycle of inaction, and it's holding you back from contributing, creating, and sharing. So again, your priorities, right? Things that should not be a priority may be holding you back. The world needs what you have to give. There's no such thing as the perfect time to share your creations and energy. And again, you have the Chariot. The Chariot is all about, like, you're ready. You're ready. And if you don't feel like you're ready, the Tower may just be coming along and giving you a little push. Let's see. Procrastination is a smokescreen for fears. Yes, it can feel scary to reveal your ideas and talents, but this is what we need from you. Sharing your deepest gift will open the heart of humanity. Is that your priority? Like, knowing what your deepest gift is and putting it out there. Or you know that should be your priority, but you're masking it with other things and deflecting it with scattered thoughts. There are times when patience and more preparation are needed, but not now. This is a definite yes to move forward and place your gift on the collective sacred altar. You'll never feel completely ready to give your deepest soul gifts. So start now. Start now, Libra. Start now. You are your priority. I will stop waiting and offer my light. There you go, Libra. That is your reading. And again, it's always exciting for sure. So Libra, that is yours. If you have any questions, just let us know. Or let us know what gifts you're putting out there. And we will move on to, hello Scorpio. How are our Scorpio friends today? Happy Pisces season, right? Another water sign. You're a fellow water sign. He's like the baby water sign, and you're like the mama or the papa water sign. So what do the cards hold for our Scorpio friends this week? This is turning out to be quite a very interesting spread for sure. I'm going to make sure I give these cards a really good shuffle. Last quarter moon in Libra. We just read Libra. Last quarter moon in Libra, and it says, make time for self-love. Make time for self-love. And she's like a little yogi sitting there on the edge of a cliff, and she has like her little golden globe here. Time for self-love. So what does tarot hold for our Scorpio friends as they make time for self-love this week of February 23rd as we move into Mercury Retrograde? Yes. And since Mercury Retrograde is in the sign of Pisces, Scorpio, you may very well, just as well, be affected because you are a water sign. Well, what do the cards hold for our Scorpion friends? And we have, Seven of Wands, King of Swords, Queen of Wands. Yeah, so King of Swords, right? Getting really clear on what lights you up. You have the 7 and 8 of Wands, right? What lifts you up, Scorpio? What makes you feel like your energy is just elevated, like you're floating on air? Right? You're gaining a lot of clarity. You're not spending too much time in your mind. You're going into the feeling process. But you have to cut through some of the stuff that's been maybe keeping you from taking care of yourself a little better. And then you have the Queen of Wands. She came out earlier today. Right? Having fun and self-love is whatever it is you think it is. I mean, most people think, taking a nap or, going to the spa or getting a massage, and that could very well be it. But it could also be like, what lights you up? What makes you feel energized and impassioned and like you're on fire and you can just do anything, Scorpio? You're getting clear on the things that really bring passion back to life for you. So whatever self-love means, and it doesn't have to be one thing. It can be a whole rainbow of things. It could be, I'm doing some self-love today. I am just going to shut off my phone, sit down with a book, and get lost in the pages. It could be, I'm going on a hike. I'm going on an adventure because, I want to discover more of the world around me. It could be, I'm going out with all my friends tonight. and I'm having a good time, and I'm laughing and dancing. So whatever self-love is for you, you're clearing through the things that have been keeping you from loving yourself or giving yourself, Scorpio, the time and attention that you need, and more importantly, that you deserve. Right? Look at all these candles around her. I mean, like, she's like, yeah, just light me up a little more. Like, I don't have enough. Light me up. Let this energy let me feel like I'm floating. Let me feel like I'm floating. Okay, Scorpio, let's see what your card from the Gods, Goddesses, and Guardians deck holds for you as you make time for self-love, self-care, self-nourishment, whatever it is you want to call it, and whatever that is for you. Amaterasu? No, Amaterasu. No more hiding. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Amaterasu. I don't think I've pulled this card, I should say. I don't think I've seen it either. And it says, no more hiding. Come out of the cave. Shine brightly. And that could also be about self-love, right? Loving yourself is letting yourself be seen for who you are. These two decks, they're just kind of playing very sweetly together. And it says, let me get to the right page. You're an introspective soul with a deep and multi-layered inner life, which is very true. Scorpios are very deep for sure. You need time to process and reflect on life's events. Private space is vital for your well-being. But what do you fear might happen if you reveal your true spirit? Does it feel as if your energy may be somehow damaged or destroyed if it's brought out into the open, or perhaps that you'll be hurt, judged, or misunderstood? Come out, oh shining one, she says. Remove your cloak so we can receive your inner light. You can be an important guide for others. It's safe and trustworthy out there, and you'll be met with love, respect, and gratitude for sharing what's inside your heart. I reveal what's in my heart, and it's received with love. So maybe that self-love is letting who you are within the very depths of yourself, Scorpio. Not the surface stuff we put out, not the things just under the surface, but the things that are deeply embedded in your soul. Because you are the keepers of the mysteries, right? You're being asked to pull that out. And maybe that is what is connected to your self-love. And you will know it because you will feel really, once you start to do that, you will feel like you're being elevated. You will feel like you are just ready to have a good time. You go, oh, this is what I should have done. Let myself, that innermost self be seen. About vulnerability, Scorpio. That is your reading. And let's move on to, hello, Saggies. How are my Sagittarius friends out there? Let's see what this week holds for Sagittarius. Our fire signs, right? Our last fire sign of the zodiac. What does this hold for Sagittarius this week? What is this? February 23rd. And our Saggies, are you having a good time? Are you enjoying this year so far? And what changes are you making? I'm already making all kinds of changes, right? From what I decided in January. Great. 2 cards came out, so we'll take them. Okay, we just had this card with somebody else. Last quarter moon in Scorpio, reveal what needs to be seen. And full moon in Sagittarius, you pulled your own card. See the bigger picture. All right, Sagittarius, I think I got this card for myself. I think there's a lot going on with this. See the bigger picture. Sometimes, Saggies, we can get so carried away with the impulse and the energy that we kind of bypass some of the things. So last quarter moon in Scorpio. Reveal what needs to be seen and see the bigger picture. So what does tarot hold for our Sagittarius friends, our archers? And in this one, she's gazing out at the ocean and the moon. In this one, it looks like he is sitting on a mountain gazing at the moon. See the bigger picture, Sagittarius. Right? Don't get caught up in the little details and the minutiae and the stupid stuff. But let's see. What's the tarot hold for our Sagittarius friends this week? Okay. Let's see. We have 8 of Wands, King of Wands, 2 of Cups. Holy cow, Sagittarius. Let me growl a little bit. So, reveal what needs to be seen and see the bigger picture. Fast moving energy. Okay, Sagittarius. So, this could very well be relationship coming in. 8 of Wands. Quick energy. Knight of Wands. This knight is full of passion, heat, desire. He's on a mission. And why I say this, you have the 2 of Cups. And these are choices that are being presented to you that are aligned with your passions, with the quick energy of Sagittarius, right? I mean, our energy can be really, really quick. Make sure that you pause enough to see what the bigger picture is. As unions start to come together and as they start to feel really good and aligned, pause. Don't rush. Get excited, because this is whatever change is coming your way, Sagittarius, it's probably going to be a life-changing event. I don't think this is a small thing. I think it's going to last more than this week. I think this week may reveal some things. I think this is going to take most of the year. Things are moving very quickly. Reveal what needs to be seen. If you're not ready to see something, it's going to reveal itself anyway. It's going to make its way. 8 of Wands, first card out. Knight of Wands. Doing things aligned where opportunities, I think, are just coming your way. That are going to feel, that are completely different than what's been presented to you in the past. And this could be a relationship. Everything in life is relationship anyway. But I think you're going to find a new spark, a new passion, Sagittarius. Let's see what your gods, goddesses, and guardians cards hold for you as you see the bigger picture and go beyond, the alignment. And where is that alignment taking you to? What is it revealing to you? Mawulisa, balance. And the 2 of Cups is balance, right? It's alignment. It is not moving too quickly. And just look, this reminds me a little bit of the Temperance card, which is about balance. And she's got 2 different color eyes, one yellow or hazelish and one blue. And these 2 hands, right? Slightly lighter toned skin, slightly darker toned skin. So it's more than just what you see here, but what that is a reflection of down the line. But let's see. Mawulisa. Where did she go? And it says, center your energy, seek harmony and cooperation. Sagittarius, take a deep breath, come back to center. You may be feeling scattered pulled in every direction. And that scattered feeling could very well come from this Eight of Wands, because things might start to move very quickly. Maybe even a little too quickly for you. Visualize your energies being gathered back to you. You need peace and personal balance. Stabilizing your energy as a priority to avoid becoming overwhelmed or burnt out. Don't add fuel to the fire. Consider everyone's point of view and make a balanced and fair assessment. Don't allow yourself to be energetically or emotionally drained. And again, these two are restoring balance, right? Sharing from one to the other. Protect your inner balance as it's from this calm, harmonious state that you'll be strongest and wisest. And your invocation, Sagittarius, all aspects of my being are balanced. I find strength in my center. That is your reading, Sagittarius. Very interesting. Quick movement. You're fine. Yeah. We'll go on to Capricorn. Hello, Capricorn. How are you? Happy Pisces season. And happy, Saturn, your planet, is in Aries. And, I've been saying a lot. It feels like great Capricorn energy in Aries. And, of course, I had just taken a moment to think. I said, oh, yeah, never mind. Saturn rules Capricorn. Again, balance, right? I need some more balance in my life. Okay, Capricorn. New moon in Capricorn. Your card came out. Step up and lead. Oh, my gosh. But Capricorns, you are the natural leaders. You are also the royalty of the tarot, of the astrology. And I say this all the time. Whether you feel it or not, it doesn't matter. It doesn't make it any less true just because you don't feel it. So what does the tarot hold for our Capricorn friends as they step up and lead, take on their leadership roles? And just look at that beautiful sky. And again, it is your moon. It's your new moon in Capricorn. Planting the seeds. Oh my goodness. The Chariot. 5 of Pentacles. The Chariot means you're ready. That means you are ready, Capricorn. Like, there's no need to wait. Interesting. You have the Chariot. Like, you're ready for this, Capricorn. You're ready to step up and take your leadership role. You have the 5 of Pentacles. This is not about you. You have death and rebirth. Or maybe this is about you. You're completely changing. For some of you, you might be moving from, how do I want to put this? From support staff to leadership roles. There might be a little bit of like, oh, wait a minute, can I leave this part of me behind because I'm stepping into this new role for myself? As you start to make your way, whether this is community leadership, whether it is you're taking on a new leadership role within your home, maybe the dynamics of the home life has changed, or around work, or whatever it is, there's a new you emerging at Capricorn. The past is being left behind. It's being completely shedded out. You're done. And I think you're probably going to know what this is all about. And you've probably been ready for this or expecting this for a while. Stepping up into your leadership role and letting go. And you have the infinity symbol here, right? Letting go of the part of you that played small. Maybe letting go of the part of you that didn't feel worthy of being in leadership. But actually, Capricorn, you were born to be ready for this. Right? You're a natural leader. You're born for this. Interesting. Let's see what the gods, goddesses, and guardians hold for our Capricorn friends as they take on their role, their new role as leadership. I love this, Capricorn. And it just feels so comfortable for you. as I'm reading this. I just get a sense of comfort that, you know, you're taking on this role. And doing so with balance. I mean, the Chariot, right? The black and white horse. This is about balance. And not being scattered, but being very specific on how you lead and how you take up this new responsibility. Hathor, soul family. This is, so I'm going to say my paternal grandmother is here, but she's always here, and I love her so much. And it says, destined reunions, support for your journey is here, right? You have a journey. You're going on a journey, for sure. A magical time of reconnecting with your soul family has arrived, Capricorn. When you incarnated in this lifetime, your soul planned to reunite with its ancient lineage, kindred spirits that you knew in previous lifetimes, both on Earth and in the cosmos. Your soul family will always want you to shine brightly. They won't be threatened by your expansion or success. On the contrary, some of them will go out of their way to help you achieve your spiritual mission. This may be a time of reinitiation into the moon temples, where you'll rediscover sacred teachings, engage in magical rituals, and connect with lunar cycles. So some of you might want to just call on your ancestors, your loved ones who have passed on to the next life, and ask them for guidance or signs. And your invocation is, I am not alone. My soul family are arriving to lift me up. To lift you up. To take you from here into a whole new rebirthing of stepping up into the role to lead. To lead yourself, your family, your life, your community. Maybe even more so than that. Capricorn, that is your reading. And we will go on to hello, Aquarius. How is Aquarius today? Happy Scorpio season to Aquarius. Okay. New moon in Scorpio. Go deeper. Go deeper. Okay. Aquarius, let's see what this holds for you. Go deeper. New moon in Scorpio. And maybe tap into your Scorpion energy, or see where Scorpio is in your natal chart. You can always download your chart or look it up and see what house that's in, and you can always do some research on that. But what does Tarot hold for our Aquarius friends? King of Pentacles. We just came from Capricorn, moving into leadership role. The King of Pentacles is an absolute leader. And I will show you this card real quick. And he has the wolf, right? Being led, although they just had, Capricorn just had the ancestors. The wolf, right, is a symbol of wisdom, of family, right? Of that lineage that gave you all the wisdom that you have now. Your physical and your spiritual family. So this feels like it's a carryover, oh my goodness, from Capricorn. Okay, Aquarius, go deeper. Now this is a whole, again, a lot of spiritual things. King of Pentacles, right? Confidence and security and stability, and someone who has made a lot of sacrifices to get to where they're at today. Intuition, go deeper, leaning into your intuition. The High Priestess, she is the counterpart to the Hierophant. She's the, and she has the little crescent moon here. She is the ultimate of the feminine divine, directly connected to the higher source, but that's not out here. There is universal energies that download right into us on our pineal gland, which is at the right where our soft spot is at, and then down about an inch or so, and straight back from the center of your forehead, your third eye. Knight of Cups, leaning into your intuition. And allowing yourself to feel things in a way that you haven't felt them before, Aquarius. This is more than an emotional feeling. This is more of a spiritual feeling. When you start to attune into or ascend into your higher consciousness, and you start to, and spirituality is not anything you can see or prove. It's a knowing, and I akin it to like to love. Like, how do you know you're in love? Well, like it's, you just know it. It's just this deep feeling that just kind of like it takes all the air out of your lungs and just sets inside of you, and then you just know. You're going into this really deep space of knowing exactly how much wisdom is guiding you. And you're allowing yourself just to feel these new flutters of like, oh. Let's go into this, Aquarius. Let's see what the gods, goddesses, and guardians hold for you. Very interesting. Very interesting. There we go. A lot of spiritual work happening, or spiritual awarenesses coming to the surface. A lot of people seeking some deeper meaning, because this world out here can feel very much on the surface. Or maybe there's so much chatter or chaos in the world that we have, it's all meant to design to pull us back into ourselves. Now, Ra again, share your gift. You'll go back to this. Very interesting, twice. And your card is, going deeper. And you have a high priestess, right? Direct connection to your inner gifts. What the world needs, you have to give. There's no such thing as a perfect time to share your creations and energy. Don't wait anymore, or you'll be waiting your whole life. Take guided action now. You have divine guided action right there. It's literally hanging on top of you, waiting for you to open up the portal to let it come in. Give generously of your radiant sun's light. It will be returned to you multiplied, and you'll feel more alive than ever. You'll never feel completely ready to give your deepest soul gifts. So start now. Sharing your deepest gift will open the heart of humanity. And this is what the world needs from you now, Aquarius. So some of you might be going into starting some kind of a business where you go into the more spiritual aspect of life, or going into spiritual teachings, or what you've learned about this world, what we consider the real world, but it's not, but that's okay. And the spiritual realm, which is the world of the unseen, but the very deep knowing. I will stop waiting, and I will offer my light. Aquarius, that is your reading. The next one would be Pisces. We did Pisces already at the very beginning. So everyone, that is your reading for the week of February 23rd. My apologies, it is late. But a very unique reading today for everyone. If anyone has any questions, put them in the comment box. If you have enjoyed this video, share it with a friend. Like and follow the channel. And until next time, I send you light and love. Enjoy the energies, everyone, and happy Mercury retrograde.